What is up, Packer fans? Back again. What a disappointing loss that was, 25-24 against the Atlanta Falcons. The Packers had a 12-point lead going into the fourth quarter, and Joe Barry just would not adjust the defense to stop the run for the life of him. Desmond Ridder could not throw the ball down the field. You have to stop the run and make him throw. Every throw he threw was basically almost picked off or should have been picked off or was incomplete. He had, some plays, but for the most part, it was not very good at when he threw the ball. So make him throw the football. Bijan Robinson, the rookie, had over 100 yards, 124. We just kept letting him run the ball. We just didn't do anything to stop it. I don't understand it. Bring some guys in the box, make them throw the football. But that's just on the defensive side. The Packers, in the third quarter, Jordan Love, 6 for 6, 2 touchdowns. Devontae Wicks, the rookie, got his first touchdown with a great run after the catch. Jaden Reed, 2 touchdowns in the game, his first one, and then I got a second one. Romeo Doubs only had 2 catches, kind of a slow night for him, but maybe it was because of the injury. He played okay last week, but who knows what was going on with him this week. And then in the fourth quarter, Jordan Love, 0 for 6, no completions. They were 3 and out after the Falcons scored. They went 3 and out. They only took 40 seconds off the clock, and then they punted, and then the Falcons scored again, and then the Packers down by 1. Now they have to do a game-winning drive with Jordan Love at the helm for the first time in a game-winning drive situation, and they didn't even complete a pass at all. That fourth down one, it looked like he almost could have had it, but it hit the ground. We could see that. So kind of a bummer way to go out with that last play, but the Packers had their opportunities. They had their chances. The defense didn't really alter what they were doing, so Atlanta just kept doing what they were doing over and over again. I guess the Packers always say, well, when we switch up what we do, they're just going to switch up what they do. But if they had to pass it, Desmond Ridder could not handle doing that consistently. Jair should have had a pick 6. Quay had one where he just flailed and he should have had it. And then he did throw 1 interception, though. So Packers, though, they need to figure it out. They need to get it together when it comes to the youth on this team, the veterans on this team. I know David Bakhtiari did not play. I know that Christian Watson didn't play. I know Aaron Jones did not play. If those 3 guys play, I think the game looks different. A.J. Dillon, what is going on with him? I think he's got a 2.6 yard per carry average this year. He was like 3.6 this week against the Falcons. Last week, not good at all. It was like 12 carries, 19 yards. Not good. It was like 1.7, I think. So not good at all. He's just, he kept stumbling and falling and just like tipping over on his toes. And I don't understand what was going on with him. On that 3rd and 1, he fell right at, it was just like, what are you doing, dude? Stay on your feet. I mean, just run. I don't know why this is so complicated. And he's so big and gets tackled so easily, and he just seems slow out there. Jones is just like, boom, and he's a scat back. He's a lot smaller. We get it, the elusiveness, the agility, how quick he is. Jones is just way better. We get that. That's why he's paid $11 million a year. But A.J. Dillon needs to be that complementary player to Aaron Jones and be that kind of thunder to the Jones's lightning, and he just hasn't been that. Emmanuel Wilson got a toss, and he lost like 9 yards, I think, on that play. It was like, what are we doing here, So I thought maybe they should have used Wilson as the starter and then used Dillon as kind of the complimentary back, like they use him with Aaron Jones. I just think that Wilson hits the whole lot harder, and it's just a lot better for the Packers that they have a guy like a little bit closer to Aaron Jones's kind of style, and then have Dillon come in and relieve him and be that short yardage guy. But he has to stay on his feet. Either way, he has to stay on his feet. But all in all, Jordan Love, I mean, he was only 55% completion percentage, which is not great, but 3 touchdowns, no turnovers again. He is tied for the league lead in the NFL with 6 touchdowns with Kirk Cousins, which is whatever. So, but the Packers, for Jordan Love, that's the way you want him to start. I know they didn't finish, but no turnovers again for him. And he looked like he, was on the ball in that third quarter, and then that fourth quarter, the whole team just kind of imploded. It was an offense, defense, special teams. Now, LaFleur had that blunder in early on in the first drive where he didn't call a timeout when they should have. It was like a 51-yard field goal, I think, at the time, and they didn't call a timeout, so then it became a 56-yard field goal, and then he punted it from there. I saw Anders make a 57-yarder in the preseason at Lambeau in the wind and all that stuff. We're in a dome, like on the first drive. Just he wanted to play the field position battle, is what he said. Just kick the field goal. How's the kid gonna learn if you don't kick the ball? And then the defense gave up the whole field anyway, so it didn't really matter. And it would have been nice to see Carlson do that. So or attempt it at least, but. They take the penalty. They don't call a timeout, and then they end up punting. And then on the quarterback sneak, I don't know. Jordan Love said he called out the wrong signal. Nobody moved. The ball didn't get snapped, but he jumped. It seemed like he wouldn't even had the ball anyway if he was waiting for it. So I don't know. The whole thing was just weird. But that's the Packers. They're a young team, the youngest team in the NFL right now. Obviously, we're going to go through some growing pains. This is one of them. If you only lose by 1 point and you don't have Watson, Aaron Jones, or Bakhtiari, who I really believe did not play because his best friend, Aaron Rodgers, just got hurt, tore his Achilles on AstroTurf in New Jersey or New York. And now he was supposed to play a game in Atlanta on the same thing with his knee, how it's been. I know that had to do with his decision to not play. I know it had to do with that. If he is already, he's already kind of iffy all the time anyway. And if he has an extra reason not to, I don't think he's going to go. He's not going to risk it. He's been injured for 3 years now. He's not going to do anything that could set him back at all. So he's coming back to Lambeau. I'm sure he plays this week against the Saints. Saints defense looks really good. Derek Carr, I think we can get after, but I'll do a video about the Saints preview in a little bit later this week. So, but anyway, the Falcons, they just kept staying in it. The Packers looked like they were going to blow them away. They were up 12, like I said, going into the fourth quarter. Falcons just kept running the ball. Like most teams throw the ball to get in it. They just ran the ball to get it, and we didn't stop them at all. So hopefully Joe Barry sees that, gets more aggressive, but he just doesn't adjust. He's done this since he's been there. He just does not adjust to anything, and Matt LaFleur doesn't seem to get on him about adjusting. So they just sit back and let teams do what they're doing. And yes, Bijan made 4 guys miss on one play. So I get that. Robinson is a great looking rookie for the Falcons, and Allgeier is a good running back, good, second running back for them. But Desmond Ridder has to grow a little bit, but still, the Packers, they didn't give up a lot of yards. They didn't, except for on the ground. Ridder had 236, I think, but there was a blown play and stuff. So, but the Packers they need to learn from this. Rashawn Gary said that the young guys are going to watch us work this week. We're really going to get after it, so hopefully they learn from that. So we'll see. Wish the veterans would have got on them during the game and kind of settled everything down, but it is what it is. It's only one loss. Packers are still 1-1. And the crazy part is the Packers have never been 2-0 after the first 2 games were on the road in the Brett Favre era, Aaron Rodgers, and Bart Starr, the history of the Green Bay Packers. So if Jordan Love would have won, he would have done something historical in the franchise, which would have been crazy. So the fact that they're 1-1 is pretty cool after 2 road games, and the fact that they're still leading the division because of the losses across the NFC North. Every team lost this week. So for the Packers, we're still in first. And now we come back home to Lambeau. So super excited to see what happens at Lambeau Field. Hopefully we get Christian Watson back this week. Hopefully Aaron Jones comes back this week. And hopefully David Bakhtiari plays. Elkin Jenkins is out. He did sprain his MCL, I believe. It looks like it'll be like a 3 to 6 week injury. I don't know what the Packers are going to do with him. Do they put him on IR or do they wait? I'm not sure how that's going to go, but we'll see. We'll do a Saints-Packers preview later this week. But until next